Hello, my friends. This is Frugal Homestead, and I'm just sticking my head in today for a quick little video. Um, Something happened just now, and I just thought I'd catalog it because, you know, your money is your money, and you have the right to complain when someone takes too much of it. Just remember that, okay? Customer service nowadays really, really sucks. I mean, really. If you can relate to that, just go ahead and hit subscribe and put a comment and say, yes, you're right. Customer service really sucks right now. People are high strung, and let me just tell you what happened. Okay, so I rented a car from Enterprise. I'm just going to say their name. I mean, I have been a long term customer for Enterprise over the years because I've traveled a lot and been a lot of places and needed a car at the airport or wherever. So I rented a car because I had an event to go to, and my car, I just sold it, and I'm in between cars right now. So when I picked the car up, because the car was $74 a day, and they added on, how they add taxes and this and that and this and that, so it came up to be $84 a day. Okay, that's without insurance because I use my own insurance. Nevertheless, $84 a day, I agreed to it, no problem. Okay, when I went to pick the car up, I asked the guy, I said, look, I have a stop to make in the morning, and the car's due back at 10 o'clock, so if I bring it back just a little bit late, 10:30-ish, actually I said if I bring it back by noon, would you still charge me the same charge? And he said, oh, no problem, we got you, no problem at all. Okay, so I'm trusting that. So I picked the car up, I went on about my business, I did my event. Next morning, 10 o'clock, it was time to take the car back. I had already talked to him in advance and said, it may be noon because I was expecting to pick up a package somewhere around 11 or 12 o'clock. Well, that didn't happen, so I went ahead and took the car on back. I got there at 10:35. Okay, 10:35. Car was due back at 10:35. Okay, so I had him check the car, everything was fine. He said, okay, you're good to go. So I left. So today I sat down and I was having breakfast, and I'm always checking now. This is something to take note of. Check your statements. Check your bank account statements. Check your credit card statements. And don't take any time doing it. Look at it the next day. Then within the next week, look at it. I looked at that, and what happened? I saw a charge of $102, something like that. And I'm like, $102? What's this for? So I'm looking at the details. They charged me an extra $24 for bringing the car back 30 minutes after the hour. I already talked to him in advance and told him that it was going to be back a little bit after the hour, and would it be okay? In fact, I asked for him to give me grace till noon, and he said it was okay. So I'm taking his word for it that I'm not going to be charged anymore. But what happened? They charged me almost $25 for bringing it back 30 minutes later. I was not happy. What would you do? Would you just say, oh, well, I did bring it back late and everything, so I guess I have to pay that? No. We had a discussion about this in advance. So I went over there and I asked for the person who helped me. Now, when I got there, there was another young man at the counter. The person who helped me was sitting behind him at a desk with some other person. And so when I walked in, the man asked me, can I help you? I said, yes, I believe you guys owe me money back. And I said it really calm, just like I said, you owe me some money back. I didn't have any drama. I wasn't loud, because I don't do that. I don't do loud. I don't do hyper drama in public. I just am reasonable. I'm going to give you the facts. So I said to him, just like this, you owe me money back. And he said, we owe you money back? And I said, yes. I said, because, and I looked back and I saw the person. I said, so this young man helped me. I said, when I talked to you and I picked up the car. Specifically, I asked if I got it back by noon, would I be charged anything more? And you said, no, we got you. I said, so does we got you mean you're not going to charge more, or does we got you mean we got you? I said, maybe I misunderstood, but you owe me money back. So the man who was at the counter said, the young man in the back who helped me suddenly just got really defensive, and he goes, well, I didn't do that. He goes, I don't touch the money, ma'am. I just click the buttons and that's all I do. And therefore, they automatically just charge you that. I said, well, then they need to automatically now take it off because we already talked about this. So then he got really hyper defensive about it, and he goes, well, he was just getting all fluffy, you know what I mean? Fluffy. And so the man standing in front said, look, I'll help you. He goes, this does happen. That's happened to me before too. He goes, we do just click the button, I'm sure that he did not intend to overcharge you. And I said, it's okay. I said, I just want you to correct it. That's all. And so as he's correcting it, the other guy, he's just, well, I said, I just want, whenever someone promises me something, I just want them to keep their word. And I said it just like that. And so then the other person that helped me goes, well, I do keep my word. And, blah, blah, blah. And he just was getting all fluffy again. And I said, I'm not upset. And I said, you seem a little bit defensive. And he goes, well, I am defensive because I'm not attacking you. I just want the thing to be corrected. And he goes, well, it feels like you're attacking me. And I was like, no, I'm not attacking you. So the person standing in front of me was kind of put his hand behind him like, hey man, chill out. I got this, right? And he was still getting all annoyed. So nevertheless, the person standing in front of me went ahead. He goes, look, we were going to credit that back. We're going to take the extra taxes off and everything. And I'm sorry that happened, and I'm sure that 90, I won't say his name, was not trying to overcharge you. And I said, I'm totally fine with that. I just want it corrected. I said, I'm a senior citizen. I have to watch every dollar. I cannot afford to have little things like this crop up on my bank account and take money that I didn't expect to pay. That's all I'm saying. I just want it fixed. So he fixed it. He was kind, and and he kind of walked me out, and the other guy was just like about to lose his magoo. He's just all fluffy. That's what I'm gonna call. You know how when a bird or something gets all mad, or rooster gets mad, and his feathers get all fluffed up, and his comb pops up. It's like, hey, you don't have to do all that, okay? You don't have to do all that. Just fix it. Now, I came on and shared that with you because I have been having lots of experiences like that over the last 2 or 3 months. A lot of experiences where, my money has been taken without my permission. I'm going to give you one more example. Well, a couple actually, because I want you to listen to these examples, and I want this to inspire you to check your bank statements, to hold people to their word when they tell you they're going to charge you this, but they charge you that. Okay? Check and see what they actually charged you, because so many times we're so busy running back and forth and doing this and that we don't look at what automatically came out of our account, because we swipe it and we forget it, And so if you swipe it and you never check up on it, little things can creep in that really just is like a money drain. There's a hole in your pocket, and you get to the end of the month and you're like, where's all my money? So let me tell you this other 2 examples, and then I'm going to stop, okay? Because I'm not really whining, because I got my money back because I fought for it, and I have the time now to follow up on things. And I thought to myself, how many times have I bought things and not looked and not follow up, and money just went out the window? And people that are working every day, they don't have time to spend, policing what people are charging them. They're trusting. So I'm just telling you right now, economy is tight. Don't be so trusting. Check your statements. Okay, quickly, I'm going to tell you these other 2 examples. About 3 weeks ago, I went to have breakfast at IHOP. I'm just going to call out places now. I used to be very careful. But I want you to pay attention, okay? I went to IHOP for breakfast. Now, trust me, everybody's fixed these problems. Even though I call them out their name, they fixed them. But hold them accountable. I went there for breakfast, and it was a time of day or something that they had a sign up that said Hoppy Hour, Hoppy hour. And I said, what is that? So when I went inside, I asked the waitress, what is Hoppy Hour? And she said, oh, if you buy your breakfast between this time and this time, you can use this special menu and you get a discount on the price. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm all about that. Let me see it. So I'm looking at I'm looking at the menu, and I ordered like a breakfast that was like $7. Okay, and so I said, oh, this is great. I get to buy this breakfast that I normally pay $10 for. I get to buy it for $7. So I was like, okay, great. Let me have this. She served it to me, and as I'm eating, a few minutes later, she comes over and she says, oh, I'm getting ready to leave for the day. So do you mind if I go ahead and cash you out at the cashier? Yeah, I said, no problem. So she comes back to the receipt. Now, I wasn't paying attention, so this part's on me, okay? I wasn't paying close attention. She brought the receipt to me, and then I signed let me stop. She brought the receipt to me. I did not look at the amount, okay? So when it was time for me to check out, I took the receipt up there, and she ran it through the register. And usually what I do is I just add my tip on. When I add my tip on, I don't put the tip amount because it's usually some change in there, and I don't want to sit there doing all the math. So I just round it up, okay? So the bill she gave me was $11, okay, which was overpriced because it should have been $7, okay? But it was $11, and I wasn't thinking, you used the other menu this time. And so I rounded it up to 15 so she could get a tip, okay? Now pay attention. She charged me 11. I paid 15. I said 15 on the total blank. I wrote $15 so they could do the difference, and the difference would be her tip, which would have been, I don't know, $3 and some change, okay? So a couple days later, I looked at my bank statement, and I was like, what is this IHOP for $25? I didn't have any breakfast that cost that much money. I'm looking at it. So I pulled my receipt out. Another thing, get your receipts. They said, would you like a receipt? Don't be that person. Oh no, thinking, it's going to show up on my bank statement. So no, get your receipt. Get your receipt. So I looked in my purse and I got the receipt out, and the receipt said $11. And that's when I realized this shouldn't even be $11. It should be $7, And then I looked at the bill, and the bill was $26, $11.05, $26.05. I'm like, what just happened here? This girl gave herself a $15 tip on an $11 check that was already an overcharge. I'm not happy with that. I did not let that flow through. I went back to IHOP. And when I got there, it just so happened the person who was on duty or who greeted me was the manager. I said, I'm coming back because my credit card was overcharged the last time I was here to eat. She goes, oh, well, I'm the manager. I can help you with that. And I was like, okay. So I pulled a receipt out and I explained the whole situation to her. And she said, okay. And she was very kind. She said, okay, let me check it out. Let me see if it's still in the recent transactions. And she couldn't find it. She goes, okay, this is going to take a minute because I have to go in the office and find the documents. And I said, no problem, I'll wait. So see, you got to work, right? You have a job, don't you? Most of you don't have time to be dealing with this kind of stuff for a $15 overcharge. So you just let stuff fly, right? Don't let this fly, because all these $15, $25, all that stuff adds up in a month's time. Anyway, after I waited, she came back and she was very, very nice. And she said, you know what? I'm sorry this happened. I see what happened here. She said she did charge you the $7, but she charged you the other extra money was for your coffee. I said, okay, all right, I get that. And then she said, but I do see where she overcharged you the $15 extra as a tip. She said, there seems to be some misunderstanding, and I think it's a training issue where I've got to sit her down and explain how to read the receipts or whatever. And I told her, I said, I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm just saying to you that when I signed that paper, I said I put $15 as the total. My intention was that the difference would be her tip. I didn't write $15 down for her to take a $15 tip. And I said, and I would think that that would just be common sense, that if the check is 11, why would I pay a tip that's higher than the check? And if I was trying to be that benevolent, why not ask me, ma'am, did you intend to give me a $15 tip? So anyway, they fixed it, okay? But my point to you is you need to look at your statements, and you need to do it quickly, within a day or two. Don't take time. Third scenario, my insurance company. My homeowner insurance company, I got this one's too long. I'm just going to capsulize it for you, okay? They sent me a statement saying I overpaid, okay? I called them. I said, if I overpaid, just send me the money back. And it was like 1 month's worth of insurance, like $120 or something. 1 month's worth of insurance. So they sent me the check for $120. I put it in my bank, forgot about it. The next thing I know, the next month they sent me a notice saying my insurance was going to be cut off if I didn't pay my bill. And I'm like, what the heck's going on now? So I called the agent, and he was like, well, you didn't pay your bill. I said, if I was behind, why did you send me a check for $120? So I was not happy with the fact that this agent is not looking at the records and trying to analyze what just happened. The bottom line is I just had a refinance on my home, so the mortgage company was taking over the payment of my insurance, okay? And they are the ones who are the payees now, not me. So anyway, it got confused, and I got another bill in the mail for my insurance, and I'm looking at it, and they asked the mortgage company to pay this a certain amount that was like over what the bill was. And I was trying to get them to correct it while we're on the phone. It didn't happen. So I sat down and I looked over in detail, and I'm like, why are these two numbers different? Why is the amount here this amount and the amount they charge to my mortgage company this amount? The difference was, when I was paying the insurance myself, I was paying it on a monthly basis. When you pay on a monthly basis, they charge you a little extra fee for billing you monthly. So it could be like $2, $3, $4 extra, okay? But my mortgage company paid the entire bill in advance. They paid for a whole year in advance. They already collected it from me in escrow, okay? So I don't owe that little upcharge of $2 or $3 a month. That was the difference. I was trying to explain this to my agent. He was rude. He was insensitive. I just don't have patience for people who are rude and insensitive. This is my money. This is my money. I worked hard for this money. You don't get to just take it and then just blow me off like you're bothering me. No, that's not going to work for me. So I kept on calling people. I called the agent. I called my mortgage company, and back and forth, and customer service here. Finally, they understood what I was saying. I don't charge my mortgage company a monthly service charge when they paid you all of the money in advance. So finally, somebody who had their brain on called me back and said, oh, you're right, we owe you money back, $150. So right here in this video, I've told you about $150 I got back because I got in their face and I made them cough it up. $15 I got back because somebody took a $15 tip when they were only supposed to be getting a $3 tip. And $25 for bringing the car back 30 minutes late when I already talked about that and we made an agreement that I would not be charged. How much money is that? If I don't pay attention to what's going on in my bank account, people will take my money. And I can use that for, I know you could use your money. So listen, I bet that if you spend the next 30 days looking at your bank statement every day, looking at your credit card statement every day carefully, and challenging anything that is not that's on there that should not be on there or that is overcharged, you're going to start getting money back. You will. Because people count on you not paying attention to your money. They really count on it. So the title of my message is, you can't take my money. That's mine. It's my money. You cannot take my money. All right? So that's what I wanted to say today. I hope that helps somebody. I hope that you will take me up on what I'm saying, because I have many more examples, but the video would be way too long. Okay? So, yes, check up on your money, okay? Because you need your money. You could be spending it on your preps, on your food pantry, on other things you really need, instead of just letting people fleece you like that. That's all I got to say from Frugal Homestead. Make it a great day.